I spotted it precisely 12:47 p.m., my thumb freezing mid-scroll. The Facebook post burns into my retinas like acid, dated 11:53 p.m. last night, exactly 7 minutes before my birthday officially began. A surprise party. For my sister, the only girl worth celebrating, reads the caption beneath a cluster of grinning faces. The words seem to pulse on the screen, each letter deliberate, intentional, timed with surgical precision. Electra stands at the center, of course, posed in that rehearsed expression of astonishment, one hand splayed dramatically across her chest, the other lifted mid-wave as if royalty acknowledging a crowd. Balloons arc above her in soft gold and blush tones. Fairy lights glow behind her like a halo. My mother's comment sits directly beneath the photo, pristine and public. At least someone is worth baking for. The sentence lands like a blade sliding cleanly between ribs. The room tilts just slightly, enough to make me grip the edge of my desk. My eyes fix on the glossy tech bag resting casually on the table beside Electra. The shape is unmistakable, the same laptop model I have spent 18 months budgeting toward. I recognize the angled logo peeking from the folds of white tissue paper, the exact configuration I compared online during countless late-night research sessions. I place my phone down carefully before my hand, suddenly unsteady, can drop it. Around me, the office hums through its predictable Monday cadence. Keyboards clatter, phones ring. Someone laughs near the break room. The scent of burnt coffee drifts faintly through recycled air. The world continues uninterrupted, while I sit rigid and silent, holding my composure together with invisible thread. Bathroom, I murmur, not directing it at anyone in particular, as I stand from my chair with mechanical calm. The fluorescent lights in the restroom flicker faintly overhead. I brace both hands against the cool porcelain sink, watching my knuckles pale. 1 breath, 2, 3. My reflection stares back at me. Maya Hernandez, 29 years old today, apparently not significant enough to remember. A tear slips free before I can intercept it. I wipe it away quickly, leaving a faint smear of mascara beneath my eye. Everything okay in there? Sarah's voice floats through the door, soft concern wrapped in a gentle knock. Fine. I call back, steadying my tone until it no longer betrays me. Just a minute. I square my shoulders and meet my own gaze again. Hurt recedes. Something harder rises to replace it. This isn't new. This is confirmation. This is simply the clearest proof yet. Memories surface uninvited. 16-year-old me at the stove, stirring spaghetti sauce with one hand while balancing an algebra textbook against the sugar canister. Dad stretched across the couch beside 14-year-old Electra, both engrossed in her video game, their laughter bouncing off the living room walls. Dinner's ready, I had called. 5 more minutes, Dad replied without glancing up. She's about to break her high score. 5 minutes became 20. The sauce congealed. My homework remained unfinished. Another memory intrudes. Senior year, the auditorium nearly empty during my speech awards ceremony. Applause from strangers echoing against hollow seats. A text from Mom lighting up my phone afterward. Sorry, honey. Electra wasn't feeling well. We'll celebrate later. Later never came. 2 weeks afterward, Electra's school play. My parents arrived early with bouquets. They led the standing ovation. At dinner afterward, Mom repeated "Our little star" until it felt rehearsed. I blink over the past and return to my desk with measured control. Sarah watches me briefly but says nothing when I offer a small practice smile. My screen glows as I open my banking app. I navigate to payment history. The numbers assemble in stark clarity. Automatic transfers, month after month, year after year. When I calculate the total, it stares back at me in brutal precision. $34,445 over 40 months. Nearly $35,000. 35,000 reasons I rent a cramped 1-bedroom while Electra lives in a downtown loft with exposed brick and skyline views. 35,000 reasons my retirement account limps forward while she documents weekend trips and curated brunches. 35,000 reasons I still wear the same winter coat I bought 6 years ago. My gaze drifts to the small orange bear keychain dangling from my monitor, the only gift Electra ever gave me. A carnival prize tossed my way after she claimed the pink one. The pink one's prettier, she had declared, hugging it close. You can have the ugly orange one. Mom, tell her orange is ugly. And Mom had nodded. I unhook the keychain now, its once bright fur dulled to a tired amber. I have kept it all these years like a symbol of hope, as if sentiment could eventually outweigh imbalance. The office printer whirs. Outside, Seattle traffic crawls under overcast skies. Inside me, something finally fractures. A long, pressured fault line splitting clean through. No more, I whisper, closing my fist around the bear. The words feel unfamiliar yet right, like stepping into shoes that finally fit. No more. That evening, I sit at my kitchen table surrounded by bills: $648 rent, $82 electricity, $230 groceries. Ordinary numbers that should align with my salary as a product operations analyst. But then the seventh bill, Owen Whitaker, $750. Auto payment scheduled for the first. Not my landlord, Electra's. 38 consecutive months of rent assistance. 38 months while she cycled through 3 jobs. Each termination email forwarded to me with variations of the same phrasing. Performance inconsistencies, attendance issues, not meeting expectations. Expectations seem optional in her world. My phone buzzes with a voicemail. Dad's voice fills my apartment, smooth and persuasive. Maya, honey, need about $700 for something this weekend. Nothing major. Call me when you can. Not if I can help. When? The entitlement is effortless. I open my travel fund app, $178. Greece exists only as bookmarked articles and saved itineraries. My retirement account displays $4,282, a number financial planners would politely label concerning. The math runs clean and merciless. $750 times 38 equals $28,500. Add emergencies, repairs, dental bills, and the total lands again at $34,445. I retrieve an old photo album from beneath the coffee table. 3rd grade spelling bee. Mom absent because Electra's dance recital conflicted. She needs me more, Mom had explained. The sophomore year speech workshop cancellation email sits folded behind it. Registration fee redirected to Electra's summer intensive. She has real talent. The graduation dress incident follows. Red wine staining fabric. But it looks better on her anyway, Mom had said as Electra twirled. I open my banking app again. $6,422 in savings. It should be $40,000. Would be. My finger hovers over Instagram before tapping. There she is at Camelback Mountain, Arizona sun blazing overhead. Posted 3 days after texting me about potential utility shutoff. A designer handbag appears in a later post, purchased the day after I transferred $600 for an unexpected medical bill. She's just more sensitive than you, Dad's voice echoes from memory. You've always been our rock, Maisie Daisy. Self-sufficient because I had to be. I sit on my worn couch, turning the orange bear slowly in my hands. Its fur is threadbare now, patches rubbed smooth from anxious years. The pink one's prettier. You can have the ugly orange one. But Maya doesn't mind. I had accepted the role quietly, carried it into adulthood. All night I sit in the dim light, watching shadows slide across my apartment walls. When dawn finally softens the window with pale gold, I place the keychain into a small wooden box from my closet and close the lid with steady finality. Armor settles over me as I open my laptop. 3 emails. I begin with Owen Whitaker. Dear Mr. Whitaker, I'm writing to inform you that effective immediately, I will no longer be making payments toward my sister Electra Hernandez's rent at 1445 Belmont Avenue. This arrangement was temporary assistance and has continued for 40 months. Please direct all future communication regarding this property to the tenant. Respectfully, Maya Hernandez. Clear, polite, final. The second email goes to my bank, terminating the $750 automatic transfer that has siphoned from my account every first of the month for 3.5 years. The third email takes longer. I revise, refine, and remove emotion until only facts remain. The subject line is simple and immovable. Financial boundaries effective immediately. Attached is a spreadsheet detailing every dollar. $34,445 over 40 months. Rent payments, utility bailouts, emergency cash transfers that somehow funded weekend getaways, the birthday laptop. I add a brief message above the spreadsheet. I've supported Electra financially for 3+ years at significant personal cost. This arrangement ends today. I'm not available for discussion on this matter. Please respect my decision. My finger hovers over the send button on the first email. The kitchen feels unnaturally quiet, the humming refrigerator the only witness to what I'm about to do. I press send. A swoosh sound confirms its departure. The second email follows immediately after. When I reach the third email, I pause, my heart hammering against my ribs. This is the one that will detonate everything. I close my eyes, take a deep breath, and click send. The weight lifts so suddenly I feel dizzy. I stand up from my small kitchen table, stretch my arms overhead, and laugh, a sound so foreign in this apartment that it startles me. Freedom tastes like coffee brewed at dawn after a sleepless night of reclaiming your life. My phone begins ringing at 7:23 a.m. Mom. I silence it. It rings again. Mom again. I silence it. By 8:15, I've declined 12 calls from her. At 8:32, a text from Dad lights up my screen. Your sister is crying. Call us immediately. I don't. The voicemail notification appears at 9:47 while I'm showering. Electra's message plays as I towel dry my hair. You've ruined everything. How am I supposed to pay rent? Where am I supposed to live? Mom and Dad are freaking out. You can't just... Her voice cracks with rage. You selfish bitch. After everything we've done for you. I delete the message halfway through, a small smile playing on my lips. Everything they've done for me. The irony would be funny if it weren't so painful. By noon, the family group chat explodes. Aunts, uncles, cousins, most of whom haven't bothered to acknowledge my existence in years, suddenly have opinions about my abandonment of family duties. Uncle Robert, family helps family, period. Aunt Teresa, your sister needs support right now. Cousin Derek, wow, cold. I mute the chat and head to work, walking taller than I have in years. The surprise awaits me at my desk. A hand-drawn birthday card signed by the entire department and a single chocolate cake with a candle. Sarah, from the desk beside mine, smiles sheepishly. We remembered it was your birthday yesterday. Sorry it's late. My throat tightens. I don't tell them it's the first birthday acknowledgement I've received this year. My phone pings with a text from my cousin Tamsin. Just heard about your email. About time. Flowers headed your way tomorrow. Happy belated birthday, warrior. After work, I walk into the tech store, the same one where I spotted that laptop in Electra's birthday photo. The sales associate smiles as I approach. I'd like the XPS 17, please. The one with the i9 processor and 32 gigabytes RAM. Excellent choice. He doesn't know that I've been saving for this exact model for 18 months. He doesn't know that its twin now sits on my sister's desk, purchased with my parents' money. He simply sees a woman making a purchase she can afford, and his smile feels like validation. As he processes my credit card, I imagine what I'll do with the money I'll save each month now. Travel fund, retirement account, maybe even a place with a balcony someday. The phone rings just after dinner. Owen Whitaker's name flashes on the screen. I answer with steady composure. Miss Hernandez? I received your email this morning, but there seems to be some confusion. Your sister claims she wasn't aware of this arrangement ending, and... Mr. Whitaker. I interrupt, keeping my voice level. I understand this puts you in an awkward position, but my financial arrangement with that property has concluded. Please direct with Electra on any matters moving forward. A pause stretches between us. I see. Well, I suppose I'll need to discuss payment options with her directly then. That would be best. Thank you for understanding. Of course. Have a good evening. I end the call and feel a rush of something powerful flooding my chest. For 3 years, I've paid this man's mortgage while my sister lived in a downtown loft with stainless appliances and a doorman. For 3 years, I've come home to peeling paint and a window unit air conditioner that sounds like a dying lawnmower. No more. I sink onto my secondhand couch, closing my eyes. My phone continues to buzz with notifications, but they feel distant now, like they're happening to someone else. Tonight, for the first time in years, I'll sleep without worrying about anyone's financial problems but my own. When I finally crawl into bed, I think about what tomorrow will bring. More calls, more accusations, maybe even a surprise visit. But for the first time, I'm not afraid of their reactions. Whatever storm comes, I've built myself a shelter of self-respect, strong enough to withstand it. I drift into sleep almost immediately, my body surrendering to exhaustion, but my mind, finally, blissfully at peace. 2 days later, in the morning, I accepted the promotion job position in Boston. However, that day, the lobby security desk phone rings precisely at 2:14 p.m. I glance up from my spreadsheet to see Jules North, our building security guard, gesturing at me through the glass partition. Miss Hernandez, there's someone here insisting on seeing you. Says she's your mother. His eyes telegraph concern. She seems upset. My stomach drops as I peer past him. Mom stands in the lobby, arms crossed, foot tapping a furious rhythm against the polished floor. Her pearl earrings catch the fluorescent light as she scans the office, searching for me. I'll be right there, I tell Jules, closing my laptop with steady hands that belie the earthquake inside.
Sarah raises her eyebrows from the next desk. Everything okay? Family drama. The words taste bitter. Cover for me? Take your time. She slides her chair toward my desk protectively. I'll tell Peterson you're on a client call. The lobby doors whoosh open as I step through. Mom's perfume, the same floral scent she's worn since I was 5, hits me before her words do. Finally, we need to talk about this ridiculous email. Her voice carries across the lobby. 2 receptionists pretend not to notice while typing faster. I'm at work, Mom. I guide her toward the side door. We can discuss this after 5. Jules watches us, hand hovering near his desk phone. I give him a subtle nod. I'm okay. Outside, Seattle's perpetual drizzle mists my blazer as Mom grabs my arm. Family doesn't abandon family. Her whisper cuts sharper than a shout. Do you know what you've done to your sister? She can't eat, can't sleep. We'll discuss this after work hours, at my apartment. I maintain eye contact, my voice calm but firm. 6 o'clock. Victor and Electra will be there too. It's not a request. Fine. She blinks, clearly expecting more resistance. When I turn without another word, she calls after me. This isn't who we raised you to be, Maya. I pause at the door. No, it's who I'm choosing to be now. The rest of the afternoon crawls by in 15-minute increments. I rearrange the living room of my tiny apartment in my mind. 3 chairs plus the love seat will barely fit. I'll need to move the coffee table. At 5:58 p.m., the doorbell rings. They're early. They fill my apartment like smoke, seeping into every corner. Dad enters first, his broad shoulders making the space shrink. Mom follows, eyes scanning, cataloging, judging. Electra trails behind, eyes red-rimmed, shoulders hunched in her designer coat. The one I recognized from the Instagram post 2 days after her desperate call for rent money. Would anyone like water? I offer, strangely calm now that the moment has arrived. Water. Electra's voice cracks. I don't understand what I did wrong and you're offering water? She collapses on my love seat, face crumpling. The performance begins. Dad sits beside her, arm around her shoulders. Your sister is fragile right now, Maya. This situation with her job. Which job? I ask, genuinely curious. The marketing position she lost in January or the graphic design job she was fired from in March? Electra's sobbing pauses briefly, eyes darting to Dad. Mom steps forward. That's exactly why she needs support right now, until she stabilizes. 4 jobs in 2 years isn't instability, Mom. It's a pattern. I move to my desk in the corner, opening my laptop. The projector I borrowed from work hums to life, casting a blue glow on my bare wall. What are you doing? Mom demands. Providing context. I click through to my organized files. This is Electra's termination email from Web Team Creative. The text fills the wall. The phrases excessive absences and final warning highlighted in yellow. Dad frowns, leaning forward. We knew about this, but... These are screenshots from her Phoenix vacation, posted 3 days after I sent her an emergency $900 for rent. I advance through images of Electra lounging by resort pools, shopping bags at her feet. That was... Electra starts, then falls silent as I continue. Bank statement showing $34,445 transferred over 40 months. The numbers glow accusingly. My retirement account balance. A pathetically small sum appears. My student loan balance. A painfully large number follows. The room falls silent except for the hum of the projector fan. Electra stares at the floor. Dad looks genuinely stunned, his mouth slightly open. Mom's lips press into a thin white line. I stand straighter, shoulders back. For the first time in this cramped apartment, I feel like I can breathe. I'm not asking for permission, I say quietly. I'm informing you of my decision. The payments have stopped permanently. Electra's head snaps up. But how am I supposed to? The same way other adults do, I reply. Work, budget, make choices. Dad clears his throat. Maya, I didn't realize the extent of... I've accepted a promotion, I continued. Senior operations lead, in Boston. Boston? Electra whispers, genuine shock breaking through her facade. For once, her surprise doesn't seem performed. I leave in 4 weeks. Mom steps forward. You can't just... I can. 2 simple words, but they hang in the air with newfound weight. Dad's arm drops from Electra's shoulder. He studies the financial figures still projected on my wall, then looks at me. Really looks at me, perhaps for the first time in years. I didn't realize, he repeats, softer now. Something shifts in his expression. The first crack in his enabling armor. The projector continues to hum as the 4 of us sit suspended in this moment of truth, each contemplating the new reality taking shape in the confines of my small apartment. After years of imbalance, the scales have finally tipped. She has always been more sensitive than you. Lorena paces my tiny living room, heels clicking against hardwood like a ticking time bomb. From the day she was born, the doctor said she needed extra attention. I lean back against my kitchen counter, arms crossed, watching this familiar performance. The script hasn't changed in 29 years. Only now I can see it for what it is. Electra has special challenges, Lorena continues, voice rising to that practice pitch of maternal martyrdom. You've always been so capable. She makes the word sound like an accusation. Victor shifts uncomfortably on my secondhand couch, glancing between us. Electra sits beside him, mascara strategically smeared, tissues clutched in a white-knuckled fist. We're not asking for much, Lorena says, stopping to fix me with a look that once would have made me reach for my checkbook. Just continue the payments until she stabilizes. Another 6 months, maybe a year. And then what? My voice comes out steadier than I feel. Another year after that, and another? You're choosing money over blood. Lorena's eyes narrow. Is that laptop really worth destroying your family? The laugh escapes before I can stop it.
short, sharp, and utterly without humor. This isn't about a laptop. This is about $34,000 and years of being treated like an ATM with legs. That's not fair, Victor interjects weakly. No, it wasn't fair, I agree, looking directly at him. It wasn't fair when you missed my college graduation because Electra had a cold. It wasn't fair when I worked 2 jobs while she found herself on my dime. And it certainly wasn't fair when you all forgot my birthday, but threw her a surprise party 7 minutes before midnight. Electra flinches at this, something unscripted flickering across her face. I'm choosing self-respect over enabling, I continue, feeling something shift in the room as the words land. And if that's destroying our family, then what exactly are we preserving? Silence falls, heavy with the weight of decades of unspoken truths. For the first time, I see uncertainty in Lorena's eyes. Her mouth opens, closes. No ready response available in her arsenal of manipulation. Victor stares at the floor, shoulders slumped. Then something unexpected happens. Electra's breathing changes, becoming ragged and uneven. Her perfect tear-streaked makeup begins to run in earnest as the practiced sobs transform into something raw and real. I can't, she gasps, dropping the tissues. I don't know how to do this on my own. The confession hangs in the air between us, the first honest words my sister has spoken to me in years. I feel my resolve waver, that old instinct to rush in and fix everything rising like muscle memory. But I plant my feet firmly on the floor of my apartment, the apartment I can barely afford because of her. You can learn, I say, my voice gentler but no less firm, but I won't do it for you anymore. Electra looks up, meeting my eyes directly. Something passes between us. Not forgiveness, not yet, but perhaps recognition. For the first time, she's seeing me as a person with limits rather than an endless resource. How? How? Her voice sounds smaller, stripped of its usual performance. The same way I did, one step at a time. 5. Victor clears his throat, drawing our attention. His eyes are red-rimmed, hands clasped tightly in his lap. I've failed you both, he says quietly. The words seem to cost him something essential. Especially you, Maya. My breath catches. In 29 years, I've never heard him acknowledge this. I minimized you because you seemed so self-reliant, he continues, voice rough with emotion. You never complained, never caused trouble. It was easier to focus on the squeaky wheel. He stands, approaching me with hesitant steps. I don't expect forgiveness, but I'd like a chance to do better, to be the father you deserved all along. The sincerity in his voice reaches something deep inside me, a childish hope I thought long buried. But hope can be dangerous without boundaries. Words are easy, I say. I need to see real actions. Name them, he says simply. I take a deep breath. Electra needs a job with an employment contract I can verify. She needs a working budget she sticks to, and both of you should consider therapy. Lorena opens her mouth to protest, but Victor silences her with a look. And the financial support, he asks? Ends today, I answer. But emotional support with boundaries, that door remains conditionally open. But Victor nods slowly, then does something he hasn't done in years. He steps forward and hugs me. Not the perfunctory embrace of obligation, but something real and solid. For a moment, I allow myself to lean into it, to feel the tentative reconnection. When they leave 20 minutes later, the apartment feels different, emptier, yet somehow more mine than before. I pour myself a glass of wine and stand by the window, watching them walk to their car below. Lorena's stiff back, Victor's hand hesitantly touching Electra's shoulder, my sister's uncharacteristic quiet. I don't know if they'll meet my terms. I don't know if real change is possible after so many years of established patterns. But for the first time since I can remember, the decision isn't mine to make. I touch the cool glass of the window, seeing my reflection overlap with the world outside. There's peace in this moment, not the false peace of capitulation, but the true peace that comes from standing firmly in your own truth. No matter what happens next, I found the one boundary that matters most, the one around my own worth. The morning sun streams through sheer curtains, painting golden stripes across my Boston apartment. I stand by the window, coffee mug warming my palms as I take in the city skyline, my skyline now. The view from the 12th floor still surprises me each morning, like a gift I'm continually unwrapping. 1 year, I whispered to my reflection in the window glass. 1 year since I closed my hand around that worn orange bear keychain and whispered, no more. My phone buzzes on the counter. Tamsin, just landed. Can't wait to see your place. Boston's freezing compared to Arizona. I smile, typing back, bringing an extra sweater to the airport. See you in an hour. The apartment feels different today, adorned with modest decorations for my 30th birthday celebration. Simple white fairy lights drape across bookshelves. Fresh flowers, my own choice, not an obligation or afterthought, brighten the dining table. A small cake from the bakery down the street waits in the refrigerator. This birthday, my choice, my terms. I open the wooden keepsake box on my desk, the one that holds the orange bear keychain. What once symbolized exclusion now represents the moment I chose myself. I run my finger over its worn fur before closing the lid. Dr. Calloway would be proud. During yesterday's therapy session, she noted how my posture has changed. Shoulders back, chin lifted, voice steady. You've reclaimed your space in the world, she said. Not just the physical space of this new city, but the emotional space you deserve. The chime of my laptop interrupts my thoughts. Dad's video call. Happy birthday, Maya, he says when I answer, his smile tentative but genuine. The background shows his familiar living room, but something's different. He's sitting at the desk he finally assembled after years of promising to do it. Thanks, Dad. Got your card, right? I sent it last week. I did. The bookstore gift card was perfect. He nods, relief visible. Listen, I want you to know I'm proud of you. The promotion, the move, everything. The words hang between us, unfamiliar but welcome. 2 visits in the past year have begun rebuilding what was broken, one careful conversation at a time. How's Electra doing? I ask. 4 months at the pharmacy now. His voice carries surprise rather than the automatic defense it once held. She's finishing those bookkeeping classes next month. That's good to hear. We talk for 15 more minutes before saying goodbye. Not the marathon problem-solving sessions of before, but something healthier. When I end the call, I notice Mom's brief text wishing me happy birthday. The message is neither warm nor cold, just acknowledging. It's enough. My doorbell rings at noon, Emma and Rachel arriving early to help set up for the small gathering. Friends who know my history but don't define me by it. Friends who value boundaries. The birthday girl, Emma announces, handing me a gift bag while Rachel carries in a bottle of wine. We're laughing in the kitchen when my phone pings with an email notification. Electra's name appears in my inbox for the first time in months. The subject line reads, Your Day. I hesitate before opening it, excusing myself to the bedroom for a moment of privacy. The message is short. Happy birthday, Maya. I've been thinking about last year and all the years before. I advantaged of your love because it was easier than standing on my own. I'm trying to do better now. Enjoy your day. Not a full apology, but acknowledgement. Progress. I type a response encouraging her efforts while maintaining the boundaries that have allowed us both to grow. When I return to my friends, I'm smiling. Later, as Tamsin helps arrange our appetizers and we wait for the other guests, I catch a glimpse of myself in the hallway mirror. I'm 30 years old today. Smaller in family perhaps, but richer in peace. The woman looking back at me stands tall, no longer bearing the weight of others' responsibilities. This birthday, I am the one worth celebrating.